Let me get in here, man. What it do? What it do, y'all? Wake and bake. Wake and bake. You know what it is. Welcome to the Wake and Bake Show. Smash that like and subscribe button. You know what it is, man. We catching flights, not feelings, man. Come on. Let's get up in here. APBT Radio. Smash that button. Lamont Grant, what up, brother? Sir Swampy, what up, man? Caveman, Bloodthirst, Heart and Finish. Jolin, what up, y'all? Smack that like button, man. Just getting it in. You know how we do. Let me get my light. You know I'm always unprepared. You know my light. Light likes to disappear. Cracking is cracking. What up, y'all? Let's get some raps. Let's get some raps in. Salute to the men. Salute to the men. Everybody around the APBT world, you know what it is. Make sure everybody check them chain spots today. You know, somebody gonna take a L. One thing about it, that's for sure. Somebody got to take a L. That is for sure. Don't let that L be you. Check that hardware. Get them dogs up off them chains. You know, if you got them flooded out spots, I know you got some spots down south, different, different spots where that shit is flooded out. You know, I keep telling y'all, man, if your shit's flooded out, don't make a video and put it on fucking Facebook, dog. I saw somebody's shit flooded out. They got the dog. Look like the dog swimming on an island. They breeding and shit. It's supposed to be the good breeding. It's supposed to be this. He making all these claims and all this shit, dog. Look, man. We got to do better, man. We got to do better. Or it ain't gonna be a community. I'm gonna be honest with you. It ain't gonna be no community, man. It ain't gonna be nothing left. Bang that like button, you know what it is. We smoking something good today. We blowing nothing but the best. Salute everybody in the building. Fake it till you make it, dog, man. You know, this YouTube shit, it's about a lot of faking and pump faking. I guess you ain't got to put nothing together. You ain't got to, you know what I'm saying? Do no power breedings. Nobody's doing, whipping out no frozen semen. Nobody, it's all about the clout. Let me get up here. One thing about me, man, I don't believe in that fake shit. I don't believe in overnight success. There's a lot of shit I don't believe in. Bang that like button. Bang that like. Bang that like button. RBG, what up, brother? What y'all got going today, man? What's the forecast? I was checking out something. Checking out some pairs last night. Checking out some pairs. You know how we do. He said dog yard fence. You know how we try to keep it, man. Try to keep it 1,000. Keep that shit all the way 1,000. Janae Johnson, what up going on? What's going on? What is the deal? Smash that like button when you come on in. Let's get it. Let's get it. That beeline cowboy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't seen too many kennels really preserve this line. Although, seemingly, you will see, Mountain Man's Bandit, those dogs are weirdo. All of those dogs, you know, Honey Bunch, Jeep, yeah, they preserved all of that, but just the straight Rat Lips, Gus, Beeline Cowboy, to my knowledge, I haven't seen. I know Old Glory does a lot of that blood. Old Glory Kennels, I think, you know. But outside of that, I ain't really seen too much focus on it. I seen it, cross back up different ways and different stuff, but not really to heavy like to that standard at least, you know. Wake and bake bank statement. What up, man? What it do? Smoke one real quick. Chop it up. About some dogs. Fuck with the chat. You know how we do. We still kind of all over the place though. So it's a lot of work getting done. Magazine coming out. Be ready. They wasn't ready for volume 1. Let's see if they're gonna be ready for volume 2. You know. Cowboy got a shitload of breedings, boy. Wild Side, of course, that's the home. I mean, ain't nobody got more Wild Side shit. Gins, I've been seeing this stuff too. Boat action stuff back there, the Boyles, they crossing it with the Boyles. This probably was a good dog right here. I ain't gonna lie. Crossing it with some different stuff. What is this? Carver stuff, that Hudson's Booker T. That's one that they don't talk about a lot. Eli Dogs, Tudor stuff. Got some Heinzel in there. A lot of old players. Let me see this one. Because they okay, so yeah, that's real heavy right there. Real heavy. Let me look at Daibo. Let me see. Because it's very important to know. Because it wasn't 100 guys that was able to get this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like most things in the world, you know, you get a vast amount of people that have access to it. You know, some of these dogs, even if today, there might only be one or two people with offspring off of that dog. You know what I'm saying? You see Cannons, Tudors, um, Carver, Heinzel, McCraws, um, D. Cordova, Boudreaux, Crenshaw. You know, I mean, it wasn't a whole bunch of people running around with shit right off of Daibo. Plumbers. Let's see where they went with it. You know, it gets real thin. You know, you breed that dog right off of Daibo, you go down this road, it gets real fucking thin, bro. You know? The Mayfield stuff back in there, the Ed Crenshaw stuff, Stu Fowler. That alligator stuff. Let me get in. Get in here. See where it went. See if it kept going. That Upton. I remember that stuff. It's this Long's Bully Son Jr. You got a lot of different dogs. So I mean, you know, it spreads out, but you get certain pockets that's just not gonna have that many people on it like that. It's doing a little paired studies, man. Look, you got to do this every now and then, man. We don't know everything. We definitely don't know everything about the dog, so it's all to reach back. Like I probably never tapped on this particular ped before. You know, this exact pedigree. You know, there's probably a couple dogs in there that I haven't saw this Frigili or whatever. Never saw that dog before. It's Garcia blood. Don't know what that go back to. This stuff go back to the Kobe shit on top. Bully Son Jr., you know, they breeding off of that dog. Long Stomper, right off of Bully Son. So they have brother, have sister. Well, no, have brother. And then daughter of Bully Son Jr. You know, they're trying to keep it tight. This is definitely a good avenue. Like if you was able to go down this avenue, I don't know how far they got. Okay, I remember that Miss Pac-Man dog. Let me see. Yeah, no, I remember that Miss Pac-Man. It says 8 cards on there. That's keeping that line tight. You know, I mean, you know, it wasn't rocket science. You know, they're keeping that line tight for a reason. You know, they do out crosses for a reason. Paladin stuff like this right here. This is when it gets crazy. I remember 8 card bred Mayday to some Paladin stuff. I'm not sure if this is the same stuff. Um, I know I remember. One of my partners was supposed to get one. You rock, what up? RPG, what up? Rocco, what up? Salute, my brothers. Paladin with the arguably heavy tight Eli, like this Miss Pac-Man dog. You know, that's a heavy Eli dog. You know, we talk about percentages and things like that, and sometimes you can't find it. But you know, you're gonna be adding these are 6.5s. Eli, you probably get what 3.25 every time you see Bully Son, every time you see Eli Jr. You know, ain't gonna give you no Eli there. But you're gonna get a lot of that in there. Bully Son Jr., Bully Son. Let me see, Bully Son Jr. Heavy on the Eli dogs. Blind Billy, tight. You know, when you get a dog off of a once in a lifetime type of dog like Tudor's Daibo, or any of these dogs, Blind Billy, you know, usually people have a lot of good success. As you see right here, it wasn't that many people that had dogs off of that. You know, Carver is gonna get a couple. He gonna bring his dog over there to breed. Blondie, you know, he gonna bring his dog over there to breed. Double bred Trahan Rascal, granddaughter of Black Widow. I mean, these aren't snub dogs. These are good. This is the de la creme. So the access now, you know, you go to some of these modern day dogs, and that's why we talk about rarity. You know, when I made that list up, and you got to pick the traits that you wanted in your dog, you only get your bag is only so much, and rarity was one of them. This dog right here brought a lot to the table. You know, we don't talk about the Corvino stuff as much as we should. That was a well put together dog. The Clark stuff back there, Armitage, you know, all of that stuff. All them dogs. That's the history. Joker. There go a phenotype. You see that phenotype right now. I see that in a lot of Bolio dogs, you know. I see a lot of that. A lot of Bolio dogs, that white with the patches and shit like that. Like, you know, when you're tightening up on that Bolio, doing whatever you're doing, you know, them dogs come out. I see dogs that got this phenotype. A lot of the heads is looking like that. That little nice blockhead, ears flapped over, not too long, but they, you know, they are the hanging there, although they do kind of sit up there, you know, a little bit. But hey, the structure, everything about the dog, you know what it is. You know he's athletic. It's over 100 years old. You know, that's history right there. This is why we want the dogs, not to fight them, not to, you know, in the present day. We just want to have this history that we can go back. None of the other breeds can do this. You know, I tell them, make sure the prosecutor knows that too. Like none of the other breeds can, we can't just go back and find a dog with a actual picture from 100 fucking years ago or more. 100, this one's 110 years old, 111, right? So that's what we want. That's what we want to capture. We want the lineage to be strong. So that's what we got to do. We got to breed to dogs with different dogs in the lineage that we can trace back. A lot of other good dogs that we dreamt of having our hands on and things like that. Imported Irish Doc, imported Rock, imported Rye, you know. Like that's basically all they can remember, man. That's it. That motherfucker name was Rock. And we bred that motherfucker to Rye. We got goddamn Daisy, man. You know, Daisy. You know, I mean, we saw Sam in that pedigree. Where did these go? Were they keeping track of the lid? Okay, so once you let Kobe get it, so they got him off the dock, bred it to some more shit that was off the dock, pretty much, or bred down off of some shit off the dock. They got Ginger, and then the Kobe's pop into the play. You know, so this wouldn't be, even though he got his name on it, right? He not, I mean, fundamentally not the breeder, because we're looking at this right here. There the breeder is right there. So this wouldn't be a Kobe dog at this point, although, you know, these dogs and this imported lineage right here is very important. You know, Old English Rose. You know, I bet you she looked like a fucking bulldog. I bet. Dan Rose. I bet you that bitch looked like a bulldog. You know, Kobe's gonna get in there and he's gonna try to get a family started with it. Even at this point, you know, it's, you get him, you get the dog from Kobe. This is his work. You could tell he was gonna be a good breeder, you know. He's obviously was deep in the game. You know, you got the one-time winner right there at the bottom, 1890. I mean, go indict me for that. It's 1890. I'm on my YouTube. I'm out a dog from 1890 off of a 10-time winner. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You got to look deep. You know, these motherfuckers, they was in their bag, although, you know, they was going up against a lot of different dogs, I bet. You know what I'm saying? But you defeat a motherfucker 2 hours and 40 minutes at 1890. See, that's the part where it's like, damn, you know, there was competition out there. You're going 2 hours and 47 minutes. So, you know, these dogs, I mean, they had to be in some good ass shape too, you know. But nah, they getting in their bag. So Kobe, you know, you knew that he was going to be good based off this pedigree right here. This is his, you know, you give him a dog, this what he'll do, turn him into a champion. And he has this bitch that he obviously looked at. She's a one-time winner. Coming down off some good stuff. You got to get the dogs from somewhere. You got to get the dogs from somewhere. This the Galvin's dog? Is this the Galvin's dog right here? Right? This is a kind of all over the place. It's kind of all over the place. Some of the old players that you're able to bump shoulders with. You know, maybe they were in your area. Maybe a lot of this stuff had to do with proximity. Three hours and 27 minutes. You know, that's crazy. This one's nuts. So Kobe's getting up in there. Hold on, let me go back. Okay, yeah. So he understood about what this was that he was looking at right here, right? We look at pedigrees all day, like what the pedigree don't matter. Pedigree don't matter, man. Give me a dog that looked like this one on the screen, man. Straight up. I want him. Lot boy, what up? Paul Harris, what up? What my brother's doing? What's going on, Swamper?
What up, family? Good to see you live. Good to see everybody. Happy holiday and all.
Happy holidays, man. Happy holidays, everybody.
Got that Chocolate Sunday in the air.
Yeah, nah, this shit hitting hard. Shit hitting hard. It's Tuesday.
Yes,
hold
sir.
up. Hey, hold me down for 3 minutes. Let me get this garbage out.
Bet. What's up, chat? What's up, world? Paul Harris in the house. Big Bank. Lot Boy. Bloodthirst. Let me see. Let me hit the chat up. What's up, everybody? RVG Lone Wolf. What up, family? What's the deal? How's everybody doing on this Tuesday? You rock. What up, family? Yeah, we in here. We in here talking pedigrees, talking bulldogs, and talking shit. Lot boy, when you coming up here, fam? So yeah, man. Let's talk bulldogs. Shit. I was going through some pedigrees and I was looking at Kobe Dine. Kobe Dine got a lot of nice offsprings that came off of him. And if you go back on a lot of these pedigrees, you find a lot of Kobe stuff, even in the Old Family Red. I didn't even know Old Family Reds had Kobe in it. So, yep. And let's see. Somebody hit me with some questions or something. Let me check the chat. Lot boy, as soon as he get back, he said 3 minutes. As soon as he get back. 3 minutes. Boom. But yeah, Dickie Foster in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Share this video. Hope everybody good in the chat. Any stories? Anything interesting y'all do this weekend? It's all good. We gonna scratch, Mike Dan. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I'm gonna scratch. Fuck it. I'm gonna roll up this gas and talk shit. Make sure y'all hit Borderland up. Get them raffle tickets so we can get this raffle out the way. And we can get this beautiful Martinez dog going. You know, you don't get them type of chances, especially with dogs like that. So make sure you get your raffle tickets. Make sure you get your friends to get some raffle tickets. If you want a beautiful exclusive bloodline, get them tickets. GMB Rock. What up, family? Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share. You know what it is. I'm talking shit up here and rolling the blunt. Get them blunts in the air too. It's the wake and bake. Shoot. Let me see. Where my boy Big Saw at? He ain't here yet. Let me see. Chat, comments, boom. Oh man, yeah, we do. We kind of do sound similar too.
Get it.
Yeah, Lot Boy in the back too, but
I pulled him up. He's up.
set it up. Oh, my family.
What's going on, y'all boys, man?
Yes, sir. Hey, we in here.
Man, what's going on with Kraken, man?
I had
They
to
gave
run.
me a guy. They gave me a monster, man. I took Turbo to the vet yesterday. That motherfucker, 56 pounds at 9 months old. I love it.
My bad, got kicked off real quick. Shit, what's the word, Lot Boy?
Y'all heard what I said?
You
No,
said
I
he's
ain't
50
here.
pounds.
Yeah, that motherfucker, 56 pounds.
Turbo?
Yeah.
At
In
what? 8
9 months.
months? How old is
It'll
he?
be 9 months tomorrow. It'll be 9 months tomorrow.
Bro, that motherfucker gonna
Damn,
get to
boy.
about 80 pounds, my boy.
Nah, he better not
85
get
pounds.
that big.
He said he
Yeah, he better
better
not
not
get
get
that
that
big.
big.
I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna take him to something that's 26 pounds.
Oh
Mike
man, got
Dan,
him.
musician, what
What?
up? What up?
I
My
can
wake
see
and
him
bake,
being
man. Good
60.
morning.
I can see him being 65. He got a lot of baby fat on him right now too. But I can see him
Nah, all he
being
gonna do,
over
he 9
60
months.
easy.
So he gonna start widening up. He might get to about 72. He gonna be a little Mayday.
That motherfucker big as hell. I know that much.
I love it, bro.
I love it though. I love it though. That motherfucker, he doing good, man. Got the rest of his little shots and everything. You know, it's a beautiful thing. Taking him
That's
to
what
that vet,
happens.
getting everything done, taking care of everything. You know.
That's what happens when you cop an
But
exclusive
he
pedigree.
56 pounds, but that motherfucker chiseled. Like he
Yeah.
don't look like he's 56 pounds. It doesn't look like he's 60 pounds at all. He
Is he long
long.
body?
Yeah,
My
he
boy.
long. He long. He
Yeah.
long as hell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
long.
Yeah, he got some good
Yeah.
size because
Mm-hmm.
he look the way he look. He's not like bulky. Like most
Mm-mm.
9-month-old dogs, you know, that if they big like that, they if you
Yeah.
look at them, they have that over bulk look that you don't want.
Mm-hmm.
There's two types
He
of
ranger, man.
bone.
You want that
You
athletic
want the
look.
Yeah.
athletic bone. You don't want just
Yes.
like it's good. Like we talk about putting on bone and this and that, but it's different type of joints. It's like LeBron. Like you want to be
Yeah.
like
And
LeBron.
then that's exactly what he is. He mostly bone. Like that motherfucker
Exactly.
he got some thick bones on him. Yeah, that's why he's so heavy.
Yeah, but he got good
But he
conformation.
doing wonderful, man. He doing wonderful. That big head gonna be so damn big, man.
A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
fell out of love with the Mayday dogs because they just were too bulky. They didn't like them. They didn't like them. A lot of people, man, when you get them
Yeah.
too bulky, that's not cool. They're too thin
Mm-mm.
and too bulky.
Yep.
You got to kind of put it like in the middle.
Balance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotta put it right in the
Very,
middle, man. You gotta be able to show
yeah.
the body structure and the muscle without it being overbearing, like barrel chested and shit. It's okay to have a good chest, but you don't want him looking like you got a bully chest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If
that's why
he
they used to
50,
drop so much
60,
weight.
70 pounds, he should still dance around like a ballerina. You know,
Yeah,
Damn
it
right,
doesn't
damn right,
it doesn't
damn
matter.
right.
Size, that doesn't matter.
Uh-uh.
But if you're built wrong, your ankles are too big. You can see that.
rickets.
Or if you don't see it, start watching for it, and you'll
Yeah,
start to see it. You know, and
but that's a
that's
skill
why
you got to
those Mayday
develop.
dogs got a bad name back in the
Yeah,
early 2000s.
Yeah,
yeah. You want
because
more,
like as long as you don't you lose no athleticism, it's okay to be a good
right?
ass D lineman. Some DNs still run 4.4s and 4.5, just like wide receivers and cornerback. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we could
In the
say,
40
okay,
yard
well, let me
dash, you
add
know.
this, let me add that. But why not add a dog that already has the shit? You
Hundred
feel me?
percent.
Why do you always have to resort to adding this and adding that? Why don't you
People
just
like
put two
overdoing.
good motherfuckers together? You know, like
Right.
Hey,
if you cut the all the
Yeah.
I be
Yeah.
hearing a lot of shit. Dog.
It's just like the game, baby.
Hey, I hear a lot of shit, bro. I
it's,
leave it at that,
it's that
man.
cut. You gonna cut it right, or you gonna cut it too much?
Yeah,
you
bro.
know what I'm saying?
You'd be better
It's
off.
just like Buck say. Just like Buck say when he be cooking that good ass fettuccine, he say he cook that damn shrimp alfredo. You know, just
Yeah,
put that shit together, man. You don't got to be
bro.
so technical.
Nah,
You don't
hell
No.
got to
no.
make it be so technical, dog. It ain't rocket science.
Nah,
Like Buck
man.
say, you put two good motherfuckers together, you go from there.
I
Shit.
think just the athletic looking dogs just look a lot healthier and a lot better. I don't like that bulky shit either. It's just too much. You want to have them move, be agile and all that, be able to pivot around, be able to jump high,
Welch, what up, brother?
all that
We in here.
confirmation for shows.
We blowing big. We blowing big in here. Wake and bake. Salute
You did.
everybody.
Yes,
Everybody
sir.
that pulled up, man. Smash that like button. YouTube, they do what they want to do. So we just gonna cook, whether if it's two people in here or 500, we just
Straight
gonna
up.
cook. That's it. All we do.
Yeah, man. And make sure y'all hit that Kraken website if y'all looking for some beautiful aces, like athletic dogs, built right, not sick, don't got rickets. Go to Kraken, go get you one of them puppies. I'm telling you, they official.
Yeah, Rick, it's been popping up a lot.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
man,
think it's
that Ricketts,
that
boy.
awareness, it brought it out. It
Yes,
I
sir.
about to say, boy, the Ricketts awareness month gave you got everybody aware.
yeah,
I
you
swear
know
to
what I'm saying?
God,
That awareness.
Buck, I never knew what rickets was until you mentioned it, bro. I had
Mm.
never heard of it. I used to wonder. I used to
Oh,
think the dogs just tap dance.
yeah, see. I seen a dog. I think dude said she was like 2 years old. Had rickets real bad, bred like a motherfucker, man. You just to see that. I looked
Damn.
at the pedigree. Like the bitch was bred like a motherfucker, man. Uh,
Do you think it come from inbreeding too?
well, anytime you inbreed, depending on what dogs they are,
Yeah.
like I said, they already tight, and then you get to inbreed, and it's gonna probably be a different uh reaction than two completely different dogs crossed
Right.
together, and then you inbreed those, right?
It take a while for all the
Yeah,
bullshit to show up. You know
yeah.
what I'm
Hmm.
Or
saying?
the
So like
chronic
fourth
ailments and
generation and
shit.
shit. Yeah.
So
Bring me back
uh,
up. I gotta get off real quick.
you definitely putting yourself at risk
Yeah.
of it more when you do that.
Allergies, all
Rickets,
types of shit.
different type of things. Yeah, different type of
'Cause
stuff.
didn't you say
Yeah.
the buck dogs are got allergies or some kind of skin condition? I forgot who
Shit,
said it.
yeah. I
Somebody
mean,
said that.
I know a lot of those dogs, man. A lot of them. You know, I've seen it pop up in the macho buck dogs a lot. You know, but that's what selective breeding is about, right?
Right.
You know, that's what selective breeding is about. The breeding I did, you know, they were both. One was right off of Macho Bear. One was a granddaughter of Macho Bear, so she was right off of Alpo.
Yeah.
And I took those two together, and I got 4 dogs total. Uh, 2 of them caught that shit bad, and it, you know, it was bad. A fatal. They caught a fatal dose of that shit. You
No
know, they were
way.
young, and one of the males, he turned out really good. And I'm trying to remember what happened to the other one. I can't remember what happened to the other one, but it definitely popped up in that litter. You know, then again, you know, I'm going top and bottom. There wasn't much ounce, although there was a little boils in there, you know, to kind of offset a little bit of the genetics.
Yeah.
But I took that same bitch. I took that male to Michael Myers shit too. I took that bitch to Michael Myers. Matter of fact, other than that first breed, that's all she ever bred to was Michael Myers, you know, and
Yeah.
I didn't see nothing, right? So
Mm.
you gotta, even though shit be having outs, you gotta make sure you line breed and outcross at the same time. You see what I'm saying?
That's
Because
called
if you adding this or you're just adding something to it, let's say I breed it to my dogs and make it a 50-50. If I'm taking that same 50-50 and crossing it back to my shit, again, make it 75-25, it's still the outcross is great. That you added that is great. But if you line bred also, you know, that's why I went with the war pony dog, you know,
Yeah.
because War Pony, the original War Pony, and Michael Myers are half brothers,
Oh,
you know. So if you're gonna be breeding these dogs down the road, you're gonna have to offset at some time. My thing is, you know, you're running to a wall, right?
right.
Already, everybody runs into a wall one way or another. It depends on how you jump over the wall, how you maneuver the wall.
Yeah.
While you're running over the wall, while you're running to the wall, you got all these tools that you're passing up, right? A ladder, a motherfucking pickaxe, all this shit, a rope, right?
Yeah.
You gotta keep shit along the way, keep relationships along the way so that you can cross-pollinate those dogs and the
You have options.
accessibility. You'll be
Yes.
there. You know what I'm
You
saying?
got options. Yep.
Yeah. So no, I think you should inbreed, you should line breed and outcross at the same time. Try that. You know, maybe that blood has got a
And
little
right,
bit of out in it that is
everything got its
line
benefit.
breeding.
That's
Yeah.
sick how you explained it though,
Yeah.
dude.
Everything got its benefit.
I tried.
I ain't never heard nobody explain it like that.
Outbreeding, line breeding. That shit, everything got its benefits and it helping your line of dogs if you do it the right way.
Yeah. Because my uncle was talking to me last night about line breeding and shit. And he kind of explained it like Buck did, but Buck just hit it on the head with the whole package, dude. Shit. So that's
Yeah.
how you get all that negative shit out.
So you look at this dog right here. You know, yeah, it's Kobe this, Kobe that, but Galvin's in there. Galvin, you know, right here. Galvin's pup 10-time winner, doubled up on the, you know, the 10-time winner, right? You know, he bred. Well, he had something to do with this bitch right here. I don't know what this do. Pretty much nothing. But you know, we're watching while I'm going through these pads. We're watching this shit happen before your eyes, bro. I mean, you go back here, and we went to the offspring of this dog. This was basically you could say that this is one of Kobe's. I don't know about first because there might be another line that he's breeding somewhere else. But if we're looking at this will be the beginning of it. You know, you look at this dog, he got both of these dogs from other people.
Right.
Right. The same thing that everybody shame everybody for. Because you got to get the dogs from somewhere. He proved it right here. But and
You
we
ain't gonna
asked
create them yourself.
how many generations do it take? You know, let's
Unless you
what
got
was
some
the
puppets in your nut.
Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
Yeah. How many licks does it
It's the
take?
same question. You know, how do you make your own fucking bloodline? You know, let's find out. You know,
it takes a few generations.
yeah. So, you know, he's got to get in there somehow. He's breeding these dogs. He's getting in there, you know, and I don't know if you know the competitiveness and you know everything, you know, because sometimes they let off the gas, and this was perfectly legal in these days that we're like we way back. We way
talking about
back.
early 1900s, yep.
Yeah, in 18. Look at this one. This is 1800. You know, 1890s. You know what I'm saying? So
I love looking at that shit because I just be trying to see the formula over the years of how and what it took to build the dog that it is today. I love looking at that.
yeah.
It don't get better.
he said Tudor daddy was
79 pounds.
Turbo's daddy. Yeah, that's War Pony too. Yeah, that's a big motherfucker. That's a big ass dog.
I don't know. I love them big pits. I'm sorry. For people that don't like the big ones, I love them.
Yeah, that's a big one.
I told you my
I
old
like
family
all
red.
ranges because the genetics, they're gonna, you know, that big ass dog, he's packing a lot of DNA. You know,
Oh, fuck
that big ass dog, you know, it might be a lot of shit in there. Even when I was young, I understood the possibility of I learned it because I was real young when I did that first breeding that I marked on my shit to like, okay, this breeding turned out to this. I'm gonna make that my establishment date of that breeding. But I was able to raise those up. I was able to farm a couple of them out, all as a teenager, you know, and look at those traits and what that was. Carried that bloodline for X amount of years, you know, and bred it out, you know what I'm saying? So I got a unique perspective about, you know, like real fast, you know, like about what I want, you know, at least.
Right. Put a rush on the delivery.
Let me see what Kobe.
Not everybody can do it though. Not everybody can do it.
Kobe.
That takes skill. You got to know what you're looking at and what you're looking for and what you want. And basically, it's a guessing game till the pups come out and grow.
See, Kobe's over here too. You don't know what was first. Was Patty and Jeannie before this one right here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a nice one right there.
I would say, but this one was born in 1910. Let me see this other one. Let me see this one. Oh, they don't got it. Okay, so yeah, this one was first. So this 1890s. So 20 years later, he's still importing shit. As you see that. So the process doesn't stop. You see, if you can see that, you know, the process doesn't stop. You know, he's still grabbing these dogs. You know, they was imported. You know, these dogs were bred, you know, where they were bred, Ireland.
Yeah. The real Irish old family staff or old family red nose, I mean.
Yeah, see, this one just jumped off a cliff right here. He ain't got no offspring. It goes, all this looks great right here. And then it just goes off a cliff. So that,
But
you
that
know,
don't mean they didn't breed, right, Buck? That don't mean they didn't breed it. That just mean they didn't register, maybe.
I mean, shit, you would think after 120 years, a motherfucker would
True.
put the shit
You're
on
right.
there, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes a dog just died, man. I could show you plenty of pedigrees of dogs, and we could just sit here and be like, man, you know, like that's bred good as fuck, and you know,
And
but
then what happened here, right?
yeah, something happens. Something happens to the dog, bro. You know.
Ooh-wee. But yeah, Kobe go back.
Musician said in the old days it was hard to find dog over 50 pounds. Yeah, you know, them big ass dogs. We could talk about them genetics. Hey, we talk about we talk about it. But I think Pincher was a fucking 70-pound dog too, wasn't he?
That was a big motherfucker.
Kobe
He
Pincher,
looked big. Yeah, he looked big.
you know. So we're gonna get a lot of the small traits, we're gonna get a lot of the big traits. I remember White Oak Biter kennels. I don't know if they still around, but back in the day, this probably early 2000s. They had some pretty big ass dogs too. I mean, I'm not saying all of them, but I remember hitting them up one time, and they had 3 2-year-old 60-pound males over there. 3 of them for sale.
Man. Were they
You
all from
know,
the same litter?
hell yeah.
Damn.
They
I've
was all
never
from the
seen that.
same litter. You said what?
I ain't never seen that. I've seen like one big one, and then the rest of them are like a perfect size, like
Yeah, man.
regular size. I've never seen where you get 3 of them.
Yeah, that was crazy. Hemi James, what up, brother?
Hemi, my brother, what's up, family?
Yeah, nah, you know, shit.
But I mean, I've seen big dogs like back in the days at 80 pounds, 90 pounds. And then
Yeah, shit, that was
parents
normal,
was
man.
smaller than them. Yeah, the
If
parents
you
were smaller than them though.
if you damn listen to Schoolboy conversation with the captain of the LA team, Mr. Jerome,
Yeah.
he say shit, he had a 70-pound pit bull. The man sent him a dog, and the man sent him a dog. He had a 70-pound. He thought the man sent him a beagle, but it was one of the it was a pistol dog. It was one of his best damn dogs. It was one of
Yeah.
his best damn dogs, and he say shit. The damn 70-pound dog shook his dog and slung it across the yard. He said yeah, but he said that little dog scratched right back into that 70 dog. He wasn't no but a 10-week-old puppy.
Yeah.
So yeah, back in the day, that was normal for him to be that big.
Yes,
Salute,
sir.
Katrina. Salute. Appreciate you. NWA, what up, brother?
Even Bubba said that too. Bubba said he's seen 90-pound old family reds a lot too.
Yeah, them old family
Yeah, but
dogs, they
back
were
in the day,
huge.
yeah.
Them old family dogs were huge.
Yes. I had one. I know. You're right about that, Buck.
They took over that show ring too. Like those, you know, that UKC. You know, they took over those rings, them big ass dogs, beautiful bone structures.
Like perfect looking. That might
OG's
be about
dogs got
it,
a
but
little bit of
still.
size to them. You know, they're not no little
Yeah,
tiny
Loco.
dogs.
Shit, I like the one Cosmon got. The
Yeah,
one
I'm sure
Cosmon
he
got
gonna have
is
a little
like,
size on him too.
yeah. And he says so OG Loco.
He gonna be real thick.
Yeah.
Bub Johnson, what up, brother? Boogeyman Kennels, what up?
Swampers, we in
man.
here. Hit that
Yeah,
like.
man. Let's get it. Smash that like button. Throw a dog a bone. Getting it in, man.
They talking about Buck back. Buck been back. Buck been doing some late night sessions. We just missed it.
Yeah, I popped in.
I was mad as fuck
I
when I
couldn't,
seen that shit.
man. I ain't even gonna get on it, but I go check it out if you go check out my last live, man. I had to go in on Kevin Gates, man. Fuck it.
I seen it. I listened to it. That shit was funny as hell. I
That
like,
shit,
why the
because he
fuck
going too far, man.
Clout.
The clout. That's
Clout
when the
chase.
clout. Like, dude, what are you, man? I can't do it.
You're the last person that need to even talk with your feminine ass.
Yeah, for real.
He's the toughest
Zest
feminine
monster.
mother fucker I've ever seen. Zesty as hell, but tough as hell.
Zest fully clean.
And then he trying to throw his wifey under the bus too. On the live while she talking. You gonna fuck around and have LeBron's bitch beat her up.
Hey, Melee, man. What up, man?
The swampness monster.
Hey, that joint, man. I'm glad you like it, man. He got the thou shalt not dry snitch on the front with the champion Michael Myers American Pit Bull Terrier patch on the sleeves. Filthy.
Okay.
That joint's hard.
Yes, sir.
On a black.
Y'all got to remember, anything Buck create is gonna come out hard as fuck. It's levels, fam. It's levels to this shit.
Man, that black be looking so nasty.
Boy.
Man, we slipped through the glitch in the matrix, man.
Yes, sir.
No.
Red pill, blue pill.
No.
I ain't gonna lie, this shit hitting night.
We around dudes that think they could talk you up off your swivel. Like, come on, man. You got to do more than that to take the drive out of a true game dog.
Right. Shit, 3 hours don't do it. What makes you think you gonna do it?
You know, you got to do more than just talk. And get back to.
Yes, sir.
If you had a chance,
we was cooking, man.
If you had a chance to get a hold of a bloodline that you always wanted, Buck, what bloodline would that be that you never was able to get a hold of?
Bro, I don't give a damn long as it's a good damn dog, man.
Bro, I got the shit. You know. I got the shit that I want, bro. Yeah. Trust me.
Oh, I already know.
I could have any fucking dog I want. Don't matter. Because one thing about me, I ain't never been cheap a day in my life.
For sure.
So.
Hey, they're damn right. When I walk in the place, I ain't looking at the motherfucking price tag. If I want it, goddamn it, I'm a damn get it. Yeah. If I want it, I'm a damn get it. That's
if I want it, I'm gonna make an excuse real fast why I should have that shit. I make an excuse real fast.
Have everybody believing me that I'm right. Shit. Oh yeah, he really do need it.
I got what I want, dog. Sincerely. Yeah. You know, I do. The dogs that I've been having, and it's all been cultivated off of experiences and having these dogs. You know, you get these dogs. I can go all the way back to my first dog. and we could just go on a whole roller coaster. You know,
Yeah.
I do a magazine about that. You know, about
Special
every
edition.
fucking dog I ever fucking owned. You know, even the ones they took. You know,
Yeah.
and you'll see why a motherfucker stay here and do this and do that. You know, it's not saying that the other bloodlines are bad. It's just saying that
You got
I
the
like
you
what I
don't want
like.
to fuck up a good thing fucking around with that shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I've seen
You
it happen
don't want to fuck up a
Buck.
good thing, bruh. Fucking around. And I don't care. That might be your homie's blood.
It don't mean you're gonna get some good shit out of it.
You know, but and I will tell you, I think it's impossible for people to really know the purpose and the reasons why people do breedings. It's impossible.
Yeah.
It's impossible. You know.
I mean, a lot of people just do it to do it.
Yeah, exactly. So you could be guessing and thinking you're trying to figure out the recipe to that, and it ain't no fucking recipe.
Nope. You don't actually backsided.
If he guessed and got
Motherfucker
lucky,
just throw it. Motherfucker just put that
you
shit.
guessing and getting lucky.
It ain't no recipes.
Yeah.
If he guessed and got fucking lucky, he probably had bad luck the whole time. And then he gets lucky
one time.
And then you think that shit is gonna be for real? Nah,
Just that one time. Just that one time.
I need more.
You gotta have some merit behind your shit.
Yeah.
You gotta have some merit.
I need more security.
You just can't say.
I need more security behind that.
Damn right.
That's not saying that I should just do that. Nah.
I done seen 2 great dogs not work out. I done seen that. I done seen 2 garbage dogs work out.
It'll happen 100 times. It'll happen 1,000 times. The motherfucker put 2 together and don't get one bulldog out the litter.
No. Bro, I had a litter. They all turned out to be curs. All of them. All of them. They didn't want to work. None of that shit. Yeah, I'm talking about early 2000s. The mom and dad was out cold.
Nice.
Out cold. Out fucking cold. And then the kids came out like some bitches. But it happens. That's what happens when you don't know what the fuck you doing.
I don't know whether to laugh or I don't know.
It's funny.
I just won't
it's funny.
Comment on that at all.
It's history. I mean, but
shit.
It's funny because the motherfucker that was doing the breeding, I told him, I said, "Are you sure this shit gonna come out right, man?" They always do. Yeah, whatever. I don't like guarantees, bro, unless you can really guarantee it.
Ain't no guarantees. You gotta look at everything in life. Ain't no motherfucking guarantee. Ain't no guarantee you ain't gonna wake up tomorrow. That's how I live. Like, ain't no guarantee.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the shit to turn out bad anyway, so I can know how to maneuver when it do turn out bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just how life goes. You get more bad moments than goddamn good moments, goddamn it.
Yeah.
But you gotta know how to maneuver around that shit and know what you're doing. You gonna make mistakes. It's all a part of the damn game.
Yes,
you gonna make mistakes and some shit just ain't gonna work. Like Buck say, some shit just ain't gonna work. You put shit together, and then somebody else can put the same shit together, and that shit work. It work like a charm. Like it ain't.
You gotta know the traits you want, brother.
Yeah.
You gotta know the dog.
Sometimes a lot of times that shit, it don't be working for this motherfucker. It don't work for that motherfucker. It don't work for that motherfucker. You know, that's
and then boom, that bitch work for somebody else.
Yeah.
You know
that shit still don't work.
It don't work. I'm telling you.
Sometimes it never works. Yeah, sometimes it never works. Sometimes you keep putting that shit together, thinking it gonna work. That shit never works.
Some dogs is not. They just
compatible, bro. Some of them just ain't compatible. That shit a gumbo. Sometimes motherfuckers cook a gumbo and that shit nasty.
Yeah, but some shit ain't even the ingredients you even want in there anyway. Like, you know, I'm not gonna put vinegar in fucking gumbo. You feel
Yeah.
me?
Fuck.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
some shit ain't even to be cooking with. It's to be cleaning with.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
like, bro, get that shit out of here. Get that out of the pot altogether, and you'll have better success. How about that? See, we always trying to do breedings to be successful. How about not breeding that shit and being successful? Right?
Yeah.
Because
100%.
Knowing when to
once
shift.
you breed that garbage, you're destined for
For
non-success.
garbage. Yeah.
You're destined for failure. You're destined for failure. You gotta know when to say nope. I'm not gonna put them together, even how bad you might want to. You like Buck said, you gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
Man, bro, I don't
Because if
see
not, you'll have a whole bunch of line of bullshit, a whole yard of bullshit. You done wasted thousands of dollars knowing you should have started from scratch before the first fucking breed. We call it kennel blindness.
I don't see motherfuckers with Red Boy Jocko and they shit wasn't shit. So it ain't about, like Buck said, sometimes the shit just don't work. So leave it alone.
Yes, bro. You can't be in denial.
So there's one thing about a man. A man gets set in his ways. A man gets set in his ways. Oh, I know my shit. I know you don't know a motherfucker thing until you do know.
Listen,
you know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Like, you could go try to make some pruno, fucking around in the back, trying to make some fucking pruno.
For y'all that don't know what pruno is alcohol made in jail.
Or you could go get you a nice bottle of, you fill in the blank, right? Like, dude.
Of Everclear.
When I was drinking, I'd be drinking on some Remy Martin or some Yak.
You see what I'm saying? So we get that's what
But
I'm
drinking
with
a couple
you.
years.
So if that's what we got, would you say Jack or Remy Martin? If that's what you got in your line, and these motherfuckers just made some pruno in the back, guess what line I'm getting at? I'm in your line.
Get in that damn bar line, damn right.
I'm in your line, bro.
Yeah.
Along with everybody else that's logical. You only motherfuckers you're gonna see over there is non-logical motherfuckers. Right? And we're not talking about no bloodline in particular. We're not trying to.
No.
But this is just the road that happens. You could put anybody in these fucking shoes and roll this tape back, and it's gonna be your ass. Straight up. You just got the wrong blood, bruh. There's a lot of dudes they holding on to this shit, and I understand puppies are cute, and the little Cash App, little sound, little notification, little coins and shit. I like that shit.
Yeah.
I like hearing that motherfucker. So I get it. I'm not hating. I get it, but I'm not delusional though.
No.
If the dogs ain't got the right attitude, they don't look worth a fuck. Nobody never compliments you on how good that motherfucker look. So it's obviously something not clicking. That's all I'm saying. You can take it how you want, man.
That phone ring.
But Michael Myers, that dog, that was a once in a lifetime dog, bro. I can't explain it. Nobody could you see what I'm saying? Nobody will know.
And then a lot of motherfuckers think that shit is the shit until they find out this shit ain't shit.
No, nobody would know what I mean by that because they haven't seen every dog I've had. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Like you would have to go down that journey to even get 20% of what I'm talking about right now. You would have to go down that journey. For one, you wasn't there. So going down the journey is just going to give you a little glimpse, And I probably had to be dead before motherfuckers find out, like this motherfucker just like all these motherfuckers back here in the pad. He just like all the motherfuckers. He's a chip off the old block. That's what they call it, So when you got a dog like that can actually produce his ass off, they're just gonna be dogs out here, dog. They're just gonna be out here. That's just they're gonna be producing good dogs. They're gonna be ADBA
Yep.
champions, good looking dogs. Everywhere you go, they're gonna be winning shit. You know, even when they get into bad hands, you know, of motherfuckers, you know, it's just shit happens, bro. You know, so that's what you want, and there's plenty of them. There are plenty on everybody's yard, right? You know, everybody got good dogs. Everybody got a once in a lifetime dog, right? So fuck it. There's no research to be done. You know, go out
Hey,
there and
one thing about it, 2 days for sure, somebody lying.
you know.
It's the question is how do you
So,
keep it?
somebody
I can't
lying.
have another dog that I want. I can't.
Because one
Cause
thing about
you
it,
done
it's
seen it.
more
You
bad ones
seen
than
it.
good ones.
Buck, what was the best female dog you've ever had?
Best female.
Yeah. That had every trait you wanted.
Oh yeah. So it was a bitch named 19.
You can already tell just by the name.
It was a bitch named 19.
Hey,
She was
she had to be bad. How fast she said her name.
Bro, that's why I just said that.
You know what I'm saying?
well,
That shit bring back
she's
good
named
memories to
after
the
the
book,
block.
man.
You know, I'm
He
from
ain't even think
19th,
about
so
it.
you
Yeah.
know, she had to be good to be named after the block. she was the best, but I didn't get the production and shit, so we could boil it down. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get the production. I didn't really get to breed that bitch like that. It wasn't, you know, that was a different time of my life, right? So, but all in all, that bitch, she was the fucking, she had it all. That bitch, she was amazing. You know, that dog was amazing companion for sure. But you know, other dogs, they bring other things to the table. You know, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That you got to really look at, because you know, you'll throw away that 80 chasing that 20. You know, motherfucker probably do 20% of what you like, but he lacks the whole other fucking piece of the puzzle, dog. You know,
the whole, yeah.
And then now what? So you gotta know when to fold, man. It's like putting you put the wet eggs on a napkin, right?
Yeah.
You could probably put 3 of them on there for sure. You know, you try to put 4 and 5, you know, that motherfucker might rip, right? So what the fuck you gonna do? Most motherfucking dummies, they gonna try to put 6. You know, dumb motherfucker. They always gonna go all the way to the fucking edge until they fucking fall they dumb ass off. You know, so if you translate this into dogs, translate that logic into your dogs, and you'll know, like, okay, this is it right here. I'm good. You know, then you got a chance to look around, you know, and you see what everybody else got and shit, and then you realize, like, you blessed. You know, you got a hell of a fucking yard.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too, doing when you got something good. And
Yeah,
not
now we
fucking
went in.
over when you got something good. You know? For real.
That makes a lot of sense, bro.
Yeah. Nah, it's just every dog ain't gonna be able to produce, bro. That's the thing, man. And like I said, months and months and years ago, it's better to be a shark than it is to sit out here and try shit and try to see, you know, this dog never bred before. As soon as you do that, oh, that dog never bred before, I bred to him. I already know you ain't on my level. I already know. You know? And yeah, that's a great way to start. And yeah, that dog has to breed some way. But if you're trying to get good shit right away, you gotta go breed to the dog that's already breeding good dogs. Now, you could try that other motherfucker later, Or you could let one of your homies try that motherfucker. Maybe he want to stick his dog to him so that you can see, oh man, these dogs is coming out pretty good. They pretty good. Then maybe you might do an in-house breeding, raise them up, see how they are. You pass them out. Like, yeah, man, such and such did a breeding off of them. They came out pretty good so far. I just put this breeding together right here. It's similar. You know, won't you try one of these out? You know, show some love, maybe, so that the dogs can actually, we can see how they growing
Difference,
up.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to see the different. It might throw some bad ones. Like, damn, that bitch out of 9 puppies, that bitch threw 6 bad ones, right? So she's thrown out of the equation right there, right? Or the other bitch probably threw 2 bad ones. Like, okay, so they both throwing bad ones, but this bitch threw more bad ones. You know, well, fuck it, we ain't gonna breed neither one of them. Or you can make
Yeah,
your
right.
assessment. You know, you can make that assessment at that point. Randy Mack, what up, brother?
Yeah,
We
right.
getting it, man. Bub Johnson, what up?
Putting your damn due process, and you can't be scared to cut ties. I got damn it, I'm always give my dog the best treatment until the motherfucker show me they ain't a bulldog no more. So then I gotta move on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Take it, give it to a good home. Give it to a family member. You can always go over there and check on it, take care of it. It's at your program. That don't mean like a motherfucker hanging a dog or some shit. We just ain't gonna breed this motherfucker. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, this ain't what it is. Can't be scared to cut ties, man. Make it a good fit.
Not at all.
He said, what dog would be considered this generation's Daibo?
You got to really be in the scene to know that.
Yeah, they might be because I mean Daibo, you think of a Daibo, like he's been damn near every fucking pedigree. Well, fuck, you gotta look about a dog that's been every fucking pedigree. Then with mass proportion, I have to say Frisco.
Yeah.
Oh, now we don't have to look at it like that. Maybe you're looking at it from a different lens, but just like I said, Daibo got dogs everywhere. You know, you go up 5 generations up, he damn near clears the board almost, you know, on a most shit, you know. And then you look at Frisco and you look at the comparison for the dogs around his era, other than like Jeep, and then Jeep is still being carried on, but not like the Frisco shit. Like they pumping that shit out. They pumping that shit out like goddamn Krispy Kremes, you know.
The motherfuckers nut in your mouth, huh? They pumping them out, huh?
So, but no, not I'm not talking about quality or nothing like that. But you know, Daibo's in a lot of pens. Daibo's in every fucking pen you could think of, damn near. So
Yeah.
if you look at the scale of shit, Frisco dogs is every fucking where, bro. They'll outnumber
Red
your
Boy
shit.
was back in the days.
Like these little lines that we be having and motherfuckers be talking about making their bloodline and shit, bro. That's a piece of dust on a goddamn football field, bro. You know, Frisco's at least. Frisco got to be at least 20 yards plus the end zone. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Man, them dogs are out there, bro.
They got
quantities.
You got to think about it. You got 40 years of pumping shit. I seen a video. They said, well, Garner said it out of his mouth. He said that he was talking to like a 2020 or something. It was like a, you know, evening magazine or, you know, type of interviewers. I know it wasn't neither one of those, but a type of interview. They interviewed him. And he said that he sells a pup a day for $500. This looked like the 80s, bro. It looked like the 80s. And he was like, he sell a puppy every single day for fucking 500. You know. So if you think about it, that was like 40 something years ago.
Yeah. You talking about 2000 now.
And now, you know, motherfuckers throwing barbecues and shit.
Yeah.
And then it ain't just him, it's other people that are doing it big. I know a lot of other kennels that, you know, they breed the fuck out of that shit too.
They trying to
You
keep
know,
up with them
and
bully
then a lot of
prices.
people crossing that shit up. They ain't even doing it. They crossing it up. How many kennels got that blood on the yard? You feel me?
Right.
Think about it. How many kennels got at least one Garner dog that got Frisco in the pedigree somewhere? So everybody, every fucking body.
Yeah.
And some
right
of it
about
be by default. Like in my situation, I had one of my black bear sons collected. I got him in the sperm bank, but there was another bitch off of black bear, but it had the Garner shit on the bottom. So that's your man's. You lost your man's. You know, the Garner bitch, she was a good dog. She was a good dog. I ain't taking nothing from her. I mean, I didn't like her because the bitch was too loud and she just ugly. She wouldn't win no dog show. Motherfuckers, even the ADBA standard, I think they said 25 pounds or some shit, or 30 pounds is like the standard.
Yeah.
32 or something. I can't remember what the standard is, but she was below the standard. So she probably wasn't going to win shit. She was ugly, underbite, but she was a good ass dog though.
Yeah.
You know, so we bred her. You know, I was able to, my brother had one. I was able to get a hold of one. So I did. I took that opportunity because I lost my dude though.
Yeah.
You know, no shade. But nah, that's who I would pick. I mean, who else pick to be the modern day Daibo? You know, who else will be picked? Because it'd probably be somebody that'll get swallowed up when it comes to the amount of offspring. It'll always come to that conversation right there when we look at how much of that football field are they taking up. You know, like if he ain't even taking up 2-3 yards, shit, why even name him? You
We got
know,
about 4 or 5 teams on that motherfucker.
yeah, Frisco been breeding. That motherfucker been breeding for 40 years. You know,
Yeah.
they was breeding his ass 25 years ago. He died 25 years ago.
Yeah.
They got dynamite dogs, all these dogs, every dog.
Just like Red Boy. Just like Red Boy. Red Boy had a lot of offsprings too. But not like Frisco.
Well, we could. You get red boy dudes that pop up and do shit, but it's not on that level though. You
Right.
know, like even there be good dudes with good ass red boy dogs, but they only got a few. Like they're not just got the incubator. I just saw a video. Shit, man, Garner probably had like 15, 16 litters, man. Just between the age of fucking a week old and goddamn 2 weeks old, bro. All like eyes barely open type shit, you know. That's not the ones that's 4 weeks. That's not the ones that's 5, 6, 7 weeks. Like they running a hell of an organization over there, man. People got to understand that. So when you do that, you killing these dudes. Like some of these dudes, they get it run apart, wipe the fuck out for a year and a half.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have nothing. You know, we just named them. They got wiped the fuck out. You know, you know, but Garner, he gonna keep sticking them, sticking and moving. You know, like
he got the
Mayweather.
room for it too. He got the room for it.
This shit ain't getting sick. You know, I ain't really hear nothing. You know, I ain't heard, you know, motherfucking shit ain't getting sick, man.
No, them
Got
doctors
that
he got
shit right.
on the call, shit, they on everything. He got a great setup.
He said he made M's off them. I bet I would be if I could just do my shit. You know, I would be, because at the end of the day, shit. What's it all about? They call him the GOAT all the time. There was Dogman back in his day that called him a peddler and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where are they? You ask me, where would I rather be? With the guys that's talking shit about him, or
where he at?
Where he's at.
Shit, Ray Charles could see that one.
Man. But nah, it was a good one, man. Look, man, you gotta stay bulldog, man. Let's get a disclaimer.
Stay sucker free. You know,
stay sucker free, man.
Change spots. Number 1. Number 2, this is only for entertainment purposes, and this is all historical facts. Also, make sure your dogs got their food, their area clean, they water, check the chain fucking spots, check your kennels, and check for flunky junkies.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir. Hold on. Let me let Lot Boy say his sign out. We signing out, Lot Boy.
Okay, 100, man. Hey, y'all enjoy y'all day. None of this shit get used for illegal purposes. Stay on your grind. Take care of your shit. Stay sucker free, man.
EGK, salute, brother. Salute everybody, man. You guys enjoy the rest of your day.
Wake and bake.
It's the wake and bake. You know how we do, man. We'll catch you guys on the next one, man. We out of here.
100.
Live too fast, ain't no such thing too fast. Drop too fast, move too fast, live too fast, ain't no such thing as too fast. Money's always on my mind, so I'ma get it. And if it makes sense, then you know I'm down with it. Cause people say I drive too fast, too fast, live too fast, ain't no such thing as too fast. I got it coming in like Usain Bolt. You want that dope? You gon' get what you pay for. Telling me I move fast, but I think you move slow. Time waits for no man. Gotta get that new dough. Just dropped off the last batch. I got a new loaf. Had to double back cause he called and needed 2 more. Maybe I be driving too fast for that guap. Coming in too fast. I pray it don't stop. Cause I was on the bottom. Gotta climb to the top. Used to rock hand-me-downs. Now I'm handy on the block. I came up off the rock like Sean. I'm a whole lobster, y'all prawns. You fucking with a king, y'all pawns. And for that 25, you get that Barry Bonds. Cause people say I drive too fast, too fast, live too fast. Ain't no such thing as too fast. Money's always on my mind, so I'ma get it. And if it makes sense, then you know I'm down with it. Cause people say I drive too fast, move too fast, live too fast. Ain't no such thing as too fast. I got it coming in like Usain Bolt. You want that dope? You gon' get what you pay for. Hey, move, bitch. Get up out my way like Luda. Carpool lane by myself for the Gouda. One twitch, you could get black by a shooter. Real fast, come up in your house like an intruder. Drive 110 in the 60. Hand over that money first, you ain't about to jit me. Gotta keep that blick on my lap cause it get tricky. Keep both eyes open in these streets cause it get iffy. I need them blue avatars. Nigga, what you travel for? I was moving fast, trapping in that travel lodge. Or that days in, waiting till them days in. I'm blessed I made it this far, this shit's amazing. But people say I drive too fast, move too fast, live too fast. Ain't no such thing as too fast. Money's always on my mind, so I'ma get it. And if it makes sense, then you know I'm down with it. Cause people say I drive too fast, move too fast, live too fast. Ain't no such thing as too fast. I got it coming in like Usain Bolt. You want that dope? You gon' get what you pay for.
Drop too fast, move too fast, live too fast. Ain't no such thing as too fast.
Drop fast, move too live too fast. Ain't no such thing too fast.